Everyone, we are back with Friday. I'm finishing off our Prestbury Cup where Team GB are not doing very well at all, but we're doing a little bit better than Andrew thinks we're doing, to be fair. Okay, we will we will start off with the triumph. Josh, is it for us, I think?
Yeah, we'll skip this one.
Good luck.
I'm hoping Tritonic comes out this weekend and bolts up by 30 lengths, and this might have a bit more credibility. Don't think that's going to happen. He's a classy flat horse. He'd be the best of ours, potentially. Adagio. In fact, no, I'm going to change it mid. Adagio is the one for us. I think him beating Nasalam was impressive. I think good. The Nichols. What was the Nichols horse that came out at the weekend? But mine's gone blank. That beat Nasalam. Monmoral, that's the one. I think he beat him by further, and I think Monmoral would have a great chance of finishing close to Zanahiyr and Quilixios in this. But I think Adagio's got a good chance of finishing in the frame. Form around Cheltenham. Tritonic's got the classy flat edge, but he's got to put up a big performance this weekend. So Adagio would be the one from us, which is probably more of a solid horse.
Okay, yeah. Team Ireland, this has to be Andrew, surely to God.
No, it's me this time.
Oh, it's the other Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're well stocked.
To me.
I think we're well stocked in this. I think the favourite, we were saying earlier about Envoy potentially being a nice price still. I think the fact you can still get 5-2, 11-4 on Zanahiyr is pretty generous, to be honest. I think a strongly run race will suit him better. They went hard at Fairyhouse. He won by 12 or 15 lengths, beat St. Sam, Druid's Altar back in third. He wouldn't be without a chance in the Boodles. They then went slow at Christmas time. He still won easy. I don't like this Quilixios at all, to be honest. If he was owned by anyone else than Cheveley Park, nobody would be batting an eyelid. He's owned by Cheveley Park. Suddenly he's 5-6-1.
Have you got something against Cheveley Park?
Oh, look, no, because I've put up Envoy Lane, I've put up Allaho and all these Cheveley Park. I like some of them, but Christ,
fair play for picking Envoy Allen out.
Yeah, great, yeah. But they're the most overhyped horses ever now, all these Cheveley Park young horses. And this horse, it was falling over the line at Leopardstown with St. Sam coming back at him. The only more overhyped horse in this is French Seal. Don't get me started on French Seal.
Oh, please do.
And the absolute trottlers that he beat at Leopardstown over Christmas. One of the worst maiden earls I've ever seen run at the track.
Is it everyone's French just... you don't like, Andrew?
I don't know. I just don't. I think Zanahiyr is just much better than them, to be honest. Gordon Elliott comes out. Quilixios has won a grade 1 by 5 lengths, and he just stares down the camera and goes, "Yeah, Zanahiyr is better than him." And Jack Kennedy's just told me Zanahiyr is better than him. If that's not telling you, I don't know what will. I think
Jack Kennedy also said Ballyadam was probably the best horse he'd ever sat on.
And that was Jamie Codd.
Oh, Jamie Codd.
People misconstrue this, though. He said the best bumper horse he's ever sat on. And Envoy Lane was never going to be a bumper horse. He was just so good that he still won a champion bumper. Don't start me on Ballyadam either. But anyway, Zanahiyr wins the Triumph Hurdle. We're wasting time.
All right. Seems though, I don't think Josh is best to fight our corner there. The last 25 runners that have run in the Triumph Hurdle haven't run since Christmas. How many have won? None. Zanahiyr and French Seal have got no chance.
That's a made to be broken, lads.
I do think Tritonic has a right live chance in this. I think the fact that they're on the new course, only 2 hurdles in the last mile, and he's a flat, got a good flat rating. I think he's in with a right fucking chance here. I think it's. I think there could be a bit of overhype. I agree.
We've got to see a lot from him this weekend, though, haven't we?
Yeah, I do expect to see a decent race from him this weekend. Yeah. So time will tell. We'll get your money on before it comes in. Right, we will.
He wins that, now I give up.
Okay, we will move swiftly on, and we will start with whoever's going first for Team Ireland on the Albert Bartlett. Fucking, I wonder who's asked to take this one up. But nobody. Mark?
What? Did you just skip this race?
Hello.
What the?
Boys,
Oh, no.
my heart is broken.
I wondered what that was.
The winner's going to sit in his box because Mouse Morris is a prick. But the Irish Challenge, let's go on to that now. Tory Graf, I think he's got a really good chance actually, and I think his form's improving. He ran in the race, the WT O'Grady, won by Monkfish last season, and that was the race I thought Gentleman's Game was going to go to. You know, as he gradually peaked up to going into Grade 1, I thought, you know, when you move a horse up in grade, you do it slowly. You don't just go straight into Grade 1, 6 furlongs up. But anyway, Tony Graf won that race. I thought he won it quite easily, actually. And if you look back to his form, he also beat Velvet Elvis, who won last time out. And Angel's Dawn that he beat, he gave it £12 when he beat it, and he beat it fairly easily. And Angel's Dawn was only just turned over in Grade 3 earlier in the week. I think Tony Graf's got a really good chance. Of the others, Statler ran well. He's owned by the sponsors of the race. All his forms on soft and heavy, though, and I wasn't convinced that he was staying on that strongly. I mean, Gentleman's Game went past him. Fakira was cutting him back pretty quickly as well. So is the extra distance going to suit him? Fakira could do with a 5-mile race, to be honest, because it just seems to be staying on. I think if he went for another lap, Fakira would be staying on up the hill, get beat into third. And if he did another lap, Fakira would still be staying on into third when you did the second lap, because he's just that type of horse. But he's got a chance. But if Delane maybe needs to go right-handed, he hasn't done well going left-handed. But I think Tony Graf's got a really good chance for the Irish. They seem to have the best of the stairs, but the one that I would say would win it is sitting in his box, which is really disappointing.
That's news to me, Mark. I never knew you were disappointed with that one.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Well, I think we do have the winner of this. It's one I'm fairly confident in. I think Barbados Bucks will win this. Really impressed with it.
Stop it.
Really impressed with him. 3 starts over the distance, last at Kempton in early January. Form's been backed up. Under supervision's come out and won since. And his last run, I just think he looks like a proper progressive horse. I'm not just saying this because I am Team GB. I do think this horse has probably the liveliest chance of all of them of winning this. I really do like him. When he was asked to go at the end by Harry Cobden, there was a few close to him over the last. He powered home. Looked like he got every little bit of the distance. He was carrying a double penalty that day as well. Obviously, carrying the colours of big bucks. So what better can you ask for over a 3-mile hurdle? I think we're in with the right chance, and I think I put him away about 12-1. I'm not too sure what price he is now, but he's certainly coming a bit from that. And when this race cuts up more in terms of entries, as all the novice hurdles will, he'll be coming in even more. I totally agree with what you said in Fakira. I think you could have a 4.5-5 mile race and he'd still finish strong coming up the hill to probably place. I'm not a fan of Statler. So I think we're in with the right shout here in terms of Team GB. Anyone else want to add anything? I know, Andrew, you are a fan of Statler, aren't you? If I remember rightly.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go. I think over 3 miles in Cheltenham, whether he's standing in his box or not, I think Statler would beat Gentleman's Game. It's the only
stop it.
He was the only horse that actually tried to beat Gaillard de Menil. All these other horses just swooping on breadcrumbs in that race. He was the only horse that actually tried to beat him. I think you ride him in 5th or 6th. I think he's got a massive chance in this. You can make an argument, especially with Gentleman's Game out of the race, that he's overpriced at 7s. I think the race doesn't have much depth. I'd agree with Mark. You could run Fakira over 20 miles. The horse is still going to be outpaced. Tory Graf, yeah, I can see the angle. I just think the form, like Fighter Allen ran a very similar race today than he did against Tory Graff. Didn't see his race out, and Sam Curling's mare came second in a Grade 3, but that was a weak Grade 3, and the favourite fell at 2 out. So I'm not sure how good that form is. He's a likeable type of horse. He'd be the Gordon Elliott horse I'd side with out of 2 or 3 that he might run in the race.
Does he go here?
Tory Graff will run here, yeah. I'm not sure. I'm hearing a few whispers that Farouk Jalen won't be running. That he's had a bit of a hold up. Now, I wouldn't have particularly fancied him anyway, but that's just something to bear in mind. Right. I think, though, Statler, I think people love just throwing stones at Statler, and yet I think he's got the best profile to win the race, to be honest. I think he's still a fairly fair price. At 7-1, he's a working man's price at that, and I think he's got a good chance.
I personally, I thought Tory Graff was off a handy mark for a handicap. Personally,
yeah, but, he is for the Martin Pipe. I thought.
Yeah, is he about
he's going there.
137.
143. No, he's 143 in England. Yeah.
Anyone else? Anything to add? What you think?
I actually think the Nichols' best chance of the race is 300 through 5. I don't like Barbados Bucks at all. My local track is Stratford, and he was beaten there in October by a horse rating 126 by 9 lengths, and I think the classiest horse that's ever been to Stratford, maybe Gold Present for Nicky Henderson, and he's not a top notcher. I think the 2 runs at Southwell, I don't know how many Bartlett winners have had 2 runs at Southwell and a prep at Kempton in the Class 3 novice hurdle. I'd be very surprised. I can't have him whatsoever. I think maybe if he was to run here, the strongest chance for us would be Adrimal. He looked at Dower, Stayer, just might not be quick enough. But then, I don't know. I just couldn't have Barbados Bucks. I'm going to go against you there.
Okay, fair play. Anyone else? Tom, out to add? Andrew?
Yeah, for the Team GB anyway, I'd agree with Josh there. I'm against Barbados Bucks. The one I'd throw in, and again, I don't know if he's going to run here. Josh might know a little bit more because he's off 135. Is Alaphilippe for Fergal O'Brien? Just think he's a tough, hardy horse. Just kept galloping in the mud the last day. Looks a really good stayer. And on a form line through Mr. Harp, he beat Mr. Harp 14 lengths that day. Barbados Bucks beat him 2 lengths. So a loose form line, but he's a horse who, there might be one in it to go and beat him, and it might well be Statler, but I could see him placing.
I think he is going to run here. I don't think he's got many entries. He's entered in the Martin Pipe, I think he's a stayer, and I think they know that. And they've won a Grade 2 novice hurdle over 3 miles with him, so I see no reason why they wouldn't go for this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'd go for this. I think getting close enough in this might be easier with him than getting close in the Martin Pipe, which might seem madness, but there's no real standout, I don't think.
Okay. Andrew, anything to add from the Irish point of view, or happy with what the boys have said?
I agree with Andrew with Statler. I think he's a great choice. I think he's a great profile for us. As he said, he's the only one that put it up to Galliard and Manil the last time, and I think ridden with a bit more restraint, he would take a lot of beating in this.
Fair play. Okay, we'll leave the Albert Bartlett there and move on to the Gold Cup. Obviously, the main race of the day, and I can't remember who went first there, but we'll start with us. We'll start with Team GB. Tom, you taking this one, are you?
Oh, Lordy.
Me against Tom.
Listen, Tom, you've just had a great weekend for your backing, even though it was 2 miles, but go on.
Yeah, no, I can't bring myself to do that. I couldn't bring myself to side with Champ. I just think he'll make a mistake, and it's a bit like if you go back to the Champion Hurdle. Gosh, if we're saying, like, I know it used to be said about Delta Work would go and win a couple of Grade 1s in Ireland, and then everyone would say, oh, well, he doesn't jump well enough to win a Gold Cup, because he'll make a mistake and that'll knock him out of it. And I think the same is probably true to be said for Champ. I think he'll make a mistake somewhere around, which will lose him 4 or 5 lengths, and that will probably be his race. I can't believe there's people going to watch this. And
can I record this part?
Yeah, you might want to record this part. I'm going to put up 2.
Yeah, I'm not going for the boat.
I'm going for 2 horses in this.
No.
One of them is Santini.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Yeah. So I'm now taking applications for Tom's replacement.
Tom is also no longer part of Team GB.
Even Santini's not in Team GB. We don't even admit to having him.
He's had a bad season, Santini. There's no getting away from that. His form at Cheltenham is the one thing I'm grasping onto. He has had 5 runs there. He has won 2 of them, and he's been placed on all of the other starts, including at the Cheltenham Festival 3 times. Second in last year's Gold Cup, only beaten the neck by Albin Photo. Look, he's the type of horse that might just bounce back for Cheltenham. I'm not saying he will, but he might do. And the next one might be even worse. I actually don't think he's even worse. And when I knew we were doing Team GB and I got this race, I wanted to have a good look at it. And Santini is 12-1. This lad's 14-1. And it's Nathan.
Yeah. I knew you were coming on to him, mate. And that's the one. That's the one. He made the camp.
Yeah, he's just so
Andrew shaking his head
like Andrew, though. He's so consistent, and you know he loves Cheltenham. He's 4th in the Gold Cup last year. He was really good at Sandown the last day. He ran all the way to the line. The time before that was in a 3-mile bumper that would not be his cup of tea at all. He's clearly in a good vein of form going into this. Colin Tizard has had a really, really tough season. And I said this, and I don't know, it might be interesting to get your take on it, guys, because we normally look at things from an Irish point of view. But I don't know, there's some English yards. There's a lot of pretty good English yards who have had very quiet seasons. And for me, that just can't be a coincidence. I feel there's some kind of underlying bug in a few yards, no evidence of it, but I just think there's some big yards who have had really, really bad seasons, and it just can't be a coincidence that they all have. But yeah, anyway, look, Native River for me in the Gold Cup, 14-1 is a fair price. I could see him being placed, so it would be lovely. I mean, what a week for racing. We've got Altior. We've got Native River winning the Gold Cup. We've got Paisley Park winning the Stayers Hurdle. I can't even remember who we've got. Who else we've got now? It's just going to be a fantastic week for racing.
All the Brits.
Yeah.
Tom, are you involved in some bingo game where you have to mention Altior 20 times in this?
Who's taking the Gold Cup? What was it, you, Andrew, in it?
Yeah, I'm taking this one. Look, we have Albin Photo, the dual Gold Cup winner, who's never ever going to get the credit he deserves because he turns up with Tramore, wins the Established Chase, and off he goes to Cheltenham and wins. But Willie Mullins has cracked it. Best mate done it, run once, off you go, win the Gold Cup. It's proven he's done the same thing twice in the last 2 years. He's 11-4 favourite. He's worthy favourite because there's absolutely nothing at the happening really on the English side of when it comes to Gold Cup contenders. The only challenger in my book he has is A Plutarch, who won the Leopardstown Established Chase. When I kind of looking at Gold Cup horses coming into the first run in a Gold Cup, I'm kind of looking at high class 2.5 milers that have been kind of unlucky in not winning the top races or who have gone very close. And so the likes of Sijan John, who's seen the back arse of Duvan about 7 times in Grade 1s. You've Imperial Commander, who won the Ryanair. You've Don Cossack, who won the Miles May. You've Corder Star, who's won at Tingle Creek. And you've Albin Photo, before he won the Gold Cup, he won the Ryanair Gold Cup at Ferryhouse. they're the kind of horses I want in the Gold Cup. I don't want these doer stayers because they're going to get done for pace at the end by a horse that has the combination of pace and stamina. And that's Album Photo and A Plus Tard stand out for me too in this. Santini, for the life of me, why people keep giving him these chances, he's unlucky. He's running on the end of every single race past defeated horses. If that Gold Cup last year was run another furlong, he still wouldn't have got past Album Photo. There's no chance in hell. Album Photo can win the Gold Cup off a slow pace and off a fast pace. He's the perfect horse for a Gold Cup. Native River, for the life of me, I do not know why they're not running him. Just skipping this, go to the Grand National because you'll win it. He's had to have one hell of a hard race on bottom of this ground around Sandown. I'd be very dubious he's going to come there 100%. Because that is going to absolutely knock him for 6. Because just go back through the day and look how they're finishing during all the races and how that race is strung out. I think for me personally, it's between the two of them. And I was fairly keen on Manila Indo at the start of the season. Gloss has gone off it altogether. I was expecting a lot more at the Dublin Racing Festival, and that's not what I want to see. You're hanging on the fact that he turns up at Cheltenham and he's a different horse. I want a bit more to be going in on. Kenby, no chance in hell. Kenby at Cheltenham is just a no-go.
No, it breaks my heart because I absolutely love him, but he's just not a Cheltenham horse, is he?
No, you get him at Aintree, you get him at Punchestown, you get him around Leopardstown. That's about it. Cheltenham, he's awful around there. So then you're looking at the English challengers. The champ, he's going to make a mistake.
Fraud.
You stop the light.
Stop it.
For fuck's sake, like, I was trying to be serious for once, and you come out with this shit.
Andrew, it's the story we need for racing. We need that interview.
I'll ask you the same question tomorrow night at around 10 o'clock, Tom. We'll see what you say. The king will get fucking laughed.
Okay, let's show a couple of other views in the mix. Seems like it's the main one of the thing. Josh, what's your Gold Cup thoughts?
Undecided. I couldn't tell you now. I think I need to do a bit more digging. It's hard to look past Album Photo. And like Champ did run well the other day, and he's a horse I like. I don't know how many horses have run well in a game spirit and then gone on to win a Gold Cup. That would be tricky. I don't know. I still need to look at it.
Yeah. Okay. Andrew Blair White.
Yeah, no point complicating easy matters. An awful lot of spoofers in this race, and the favourite's rock solid. So
yeah. I know you're a big fan, mate. So pointless asking really. Mark, what's your Gold Cup opinion?
I'm praying that Henry de Bromhead's horse comes back to form. Maybe they just schooled it round last time, but I thought he looked I just thought he looked like he was making sure he got over the fences rather than jumping them well. Santini's slower in the weekend jail. Native River needs soft ground and won't get it. So the favourite looks the most obvious, but I'm just praying that Henry de Bromhead's horse comes back to form and gives him a race.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's a shame she's on Frodon because I think Bryony could give him a lovely spin.
Okay. That's I know none of. Do you think?
Don't say that, Andrew. Don't say that, Andrew.
Yeah. Do we think Royal Pagaille will run here rather than the?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'd love to see him run.
Anyone but me give him a chance?
I'd give him a chance.
Yeah, I do.
He'd come fifth, maybe.
I think he's an absolute beast, this horse, and I know I've been ranting on about that on my channel for quite a while, but I think he is some machine. I think he's, and I'm absolutely gutted because I've had a right bet on him as well in the national ump, but I think he'll end up here, and I think he has a right chance as well. And if I owned him, this is where he'd run. So my bet's fucked, I think. But yeah, I think he's in with it.
Josh mentioned about how many horses have come from a prep in the game spirit to winning.
Yeah.
There we go.
The Gold Cup. How many horses have won the Peter Marsh beating Potter's Legend? and come on to win the Gold Cup. I like the horse, as in I like his style. He clearly looks good. His form is dog shite.
They should have kept him and sent him straight to the Ultima.
Yeah.
He would have been the banker of the week.
If they wanted a faster winner, that's what they should have done.
I'd done him in the National Hunt Trace. They'd have Monkfish then. Like, what price would Royal Pagai be in the National Hunt Trace? It'd be about 6-4, wouldn't you? 5-4?
Yeah.
Like, what you mean, if declared?
Yeah, he'd piss off in it.
Yeah, if he was in there, if he was
Absolutely
playing, I'd put him there. He'd be a certainty.
He won't win the Gold Cup. I love him. Like, he's not going to win.
I don't think it'd be quite funny if he did, though. All the efforts Willie Mullins has had, and then Rich Ritchie has a winner with Nick Williams. I think that'd go down quite well. Beating Albo Photo on the way. But go on, Mark, what were you going to say?
I think Monkfish would win this Gold Cup this season if he ran.
I think that's a fair shot. I like Monkfish. I'm not, when I was chucking the thing in about Envoy Allen earlier on, I do like Monkfish. I'm a big Monkfish fan, but when them two come up against each other in a year's time, I'm probably a bigger Envoy fan than I am Monkfish, is all I meant back then. But yeah, I agree with you. I think Monkfish would stand a live chance. Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so that is the Gold Cup. We'll move on to the last one that we're doing, which is the Mayor's Chase. Team Ireland, who's taking the lead?
Yeah, I'm on the Mayor's Chase.
Hot favourite?
Yeah, probably one of my better bets of the week, actually, this Ellie May. I really, really hope she wins. It looks like, I think Mullins is probably going to run Collereevy after all of the humming and hawing. I think they're going to get their arm twisted. More luck to those connections. I think she's a fine mare. I'd just be a bit concerned. She's 0 from 3 going left-handed and 0 from 2 at Cheltenham, and has been beaten quite well now twice at Cheltenham. Ellie May, she's a small enough mare, but God, she loves jumping fences, and I think she's got a massive chance in this. And if you weren't particularly willing to row in at 9-4, I think the form of that Nace race could probably work out quite well in this, and maybe back Shattered Love at 12s or 14s. I think you can get each way. I think she could run a big race. Won the JLT obviously a couple of years ago. The last 2 years she's ran in the Gold Cup and the Ryanair. So this would replicate a massive step down in class from that. And I think, I think that Nace race could hold the key to this, and you could find Ellie May and Shattered Love as a 1-2 or maybe a 1-3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's for us? Is it Josh? You taking this one?
Yeah. Again, tricky one. I think Down the Company would be my choice if she was to run. I think Annie Mac's
don't wind Mark up even more, for God's sake.
I think Annie Mac's a good mare. I don't think she's got anything particularly special about her, but I think Down the Company is potentially a really high class mare, and she obviously won the Coral Cup last year, so she's got festival form. Beat some good horses that day. She's won twice around Cheltenham, or 3 times around Cheltenham. So loves the track, and I wouldn't surprise me if she went well. I think she was unlucky last time. We couldn't really see how she fell because she was brought down by Hitman. So we don't know how crushing that was, but I'm not sure. I think she's the classiest one that we've got. Happy Diva will run well. She'll probably finish 4th or 5th. She always runs a race at Cheltenham, and she might be decent value if there's plenty of runners in the race, if you can get her 4 or 5 places. But it'd be Down the Company for me.
Yeah. Okay. I think a lot of us agree that she would run well. Anyone else got anything to add to the Mayor's Chase? I agree with what you said about Happy Diva. Been very disappointed with her this year. Very disappointed, but her form at Cheltenham, I think she's run 5 times or 4 times and 1 win in all seconds other than that. So her form at Cheltenham is top draw, and I think she's worth an each way double. Anybody else? No, so we will knock that one on the head. Finish off the scores on Friday. In fact, we'll just get the scores overall. Won't go Friday. Tom, start how it's looking on my screen. We'll start with you, mate. What's going to be the overall score for the Prestbury Cup, mate? We had a handicap of 8 coming into it, so we have to be with.
Yeah, we might beat that.
Right.
We might get 8. Don't know where they're going to come from right now, but
might beat it, but no idea how.
I think France will win. Well, there's 24 races. I think France will win one. And then
28 races, no?
How many?
28.
28. Yeah, that would be right, Josh.
You said 24.
And I had an accounting exam today, so yeah, and I'm half asleep now at this stage. I was up studying since early. 28 races. France will win 1. I reckon England will get about 6 or 7.
Okay, so you think Ireland are going to win about 20 then?
About 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're hardly going to win that many.
Andrew, Blair White.
Yeah, I'd be similar enough. Maybe go 19-8 or something like that with 1 for France in there as well.
Okay, then. Whoever wants to go next. Mark?
I think it'll be about 17-11, actually. I don't think it'll be the whitewash it looks like, but I think Ireland will win comfortably. But 17-11 for me.
Okay. Josh? Prediction time. Don't worry, mate. You're not handing money out. It's not.
I'd say 18-9, and third time lucky is 1 for us.
Okay, then. Andrew?
23 to Ireland.
Oh, fucks. I'm just surprised you never went for
no
the
bias.
To be honest. No bias going on whatsoever, is there?
1 to France, and you can have the rest.
So, how many for Ireland?
23, 1 to France, and you can have the rest.
23. My word. I'll go for an 18-9. I'll have a stab at an 18-9. Right. Okay, that wraps us up for this Prestbury Cup little dabble. I thought it'd be a good bit of fun to do. Thanks to all you guys for joining me. It's been a pleasure. You're all lads that I look out for when watching videos. And just a shout out. Each of these lads are on various preview nights coming up. I know the finishing line lads have an excellent preview coming up on Friday. Andrew, Blair White is on quite a few, including my own preview nights. Josh, have you got any preview nights?
No. Andrew's taken all my spots.
He's taken all your spots, has he? Okay.
Yeah.
The RP man has to, he can't say the
Is he not allowed?
That I can say.
No,
so.
Not allowed to be opinionated.
Yeah, I think I've got a few coming up that's going to be announced shortly.
Okay, then. Yeah. But yeah, just keep an eye out in general because everybody's on at least one or more of them, and there's some great ones coming up starting on Friday with the lads at the finishing line. Thanks very much, lads. Much appreciated for joining me, and I'll get these up as soon as we can. Cheers, boys.
Right, thanks, Gary.
Thanks,
Gary.
Gary.
Cheers, Gary.